Hi. It seems like a really odd time for me to make a video because I was just crying for a long time at home and really reflecting on a lot of things and kind of feeling sorry for myself actually. And I feel better now. I mean, I'm in a somber state for sure, but it really helped. I was sitting there crying, laying in my bed home alone. And then a friend of mine sent me a photo, and it was this beautiful, warm sunlight shining through these what looked like shafts of wheat, whatever. And it just felt like a God moment. It felt like a moment of God saying, "You are loved, you are love," and just experience the beauty and the magic of the moment. And who cares, whatever silly problem you feel like you're having or whatever it is that you're crying about. And I mean, I can't even really get into the depth of like what's bothering me really. I mean, I do have a sore throat and I have hip pain. I've had hip pain on my right side and on my right knee, and it's been pretty steady. And then for whatever reason today, I'm having hip pain on my left side, and it's worrisome, you know? It's like it's deep in there, like what the heck? And not to mention I've got these giant hematomas. That's one. This one's old. And the other ones I have they're big. They're much bigger than that one even. So there's just times where I'm like, sometimes I feel so healthy and I'm like, wow, I'm actually healthier than I've ever been. And other times I'm like, I'm dying. I feel like I'm dying. And I'm having a little bit of that. I'm feeling like I'm dying. Feeling right now. Yeah, I don't look good at all. But you know what? I'm really for authenticity and transparency. And this is just how I am right now. So I'm going with it. And tomorrow I'm going down to Stanford. It's about a 3-hour drive. Depends on traffic. I mean, with traffic, it can take 5 hours, and it's a really short trip. I'm getting some of the saline. It's funny I'm wearing this shirt because you can see this, like, the awful tissue expander thing. It's like this weird disc, you know? It's like having a bowl on my body. But I'm going to have them drain some of the saline out of it and hope that releases a little bit of the pressure that I feel. Because I guess, I don't know if actually adhesion of the tissue to the bones is the same thing as capsular contraction. I think it's different, but at any rate, one of the things that happens, is, I think I mentioned this in my last video, but they're going to have to hopefully peel and or scrape the tissue away from my ribs. Like you can see, this is my radiation marks. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I don't even feel like I'm bearing my breast because I haven't felt like I've had a breast in a really long time. These are like medical devices, not breasts. So I'm hoping that by removing some of the saline, it takes the pressure off, because number one, I always feel a pressure in my chest and I can't tell, like that could be symptomatic of something else. And I don't know, you know, like I can't tell. Is it just this like horribly uncomfortable thing pressing on me, or am I feeling something in my heart? Like I literally can't tell the difference. So I'm really hoping that I can tell the difference when I have surgery and these are removed from my body. And then, yeah, I'm hoping that it will release a little bit or relieve a little bit of the pressure so that maybe when I have surgery in 6 weeks, you know, there's like less to scrape. I mean, it's been pressing on there for 2 years, so not quite 2 years, but almost 2 years. So I doubt a month is really going to make a difference. But anyway, I hope it does. So I'm literally going all that way. It's about a 15-minute appointment, maybe 20 minutes, but I do have a friend coming with me, and I'm very pleased about that because there's a way that, yeah, just I have anxiety in a way that I didn't have. I mean, yeah, I just haven't had anxiety to this degree ever in my life. And it kind of comes and goes, but I do notice that, and also maybe just with the platelet thing, like a lot of people talk about being fatigued and low energy, which I definitely am. But, and doctors are like, no, that's not it. I mean, I've heard multiple doctors say that ITP doesn't cause fatigue. And like, a lot of people, myself included, are like, no, it does. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, just the anxiety and making that drive. There's something about making that long Bay Area drive that's really, it's just nerve-wracking for me. I mean, I don't know how many people have returned to work or like what that's like now, but when the roads were really open and it was just a straight shot there and a straight shot back and there was no traffic, it was a fine drive. I mean, people still did drive a little bit crazy, like for whatever reason, there's people that just take chances and go like 100 miles an hour and cut you off, and like that kind of behavior has become really anxiety provoking for me, where in a way, like, I mean, a year ago or 2 years ago I'd just be like, whatever, and it didn't bother me in the same way that it does now. I have to like crack the window, listen to something. I mean, I have like these little mini panic attacks that they do go away, but I just feel so much safer having somebody with me. And actually the last 2 times I went, I had a driver organized through the insurance, and that was amazing. So I'll do that. I'll have surgery scheduled. I do have surgery scheduled for August 21st, and to get these things out. I'm also getting my port out as well. You can just really see the shape of it. It's so funky. I'm not going to have anything in my body. It's so weird. Oh, it looks like I'm getting a cold sore. So I will have a driver take me then, unless a friend takes me, but most likely I'll have a driver so that I don't need to drive that whole way, and I can't anyway. I wouldn't be able to drive myself home. I will have a drain on each side, which is pretty trippy. Can't believe I'm gonna have drains again, man. Those things are rough. They're rough. It's just like you have these tubes sticking out of your body. There are these bulbs on the end. They need to be drained twice a day, and you have to keep track of the amount of fluid that's in there and like what color the fluid is. It's good if stuff is coming out, like you want that, because you don't, I mean, I don't think it's a problem if it's in the body, but it's just like, releasing what it needs to release, draining. And then that's in for like 10 to 14 days. And yeah, and then the drains will come out. But that's a big part of getting a mastectomy, is that my voice sounds weird. I have a sore throat. The mastectomy and having the drains, often there are 4 drains. I think I had 3. Maybe I had 4. I can't even remember. Yeah, that's one of the things, like this hip pain, my dry coughing, sore throat. I'm pretty sure the end plate, one of the side effects is a dry cough and also some sort of like cold-like symptoms. So I hope it's that, it's always like everybody gets a sore throat and they're like, is it COVID, And I don't know. I was tested on May 12th, but it's now July 7th. And so, it's been some time. Hopefully I'm fine. But yeah, so that's what I have upcoming. And I don't know, it's like, it seems kind of stupid that I would put the video on and record myself when I'm in such a somber state. But like, really my goal is to share information and to just show up and be myself, So that's what there is, and maybe this will be like not a 20-minute video. So if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for witnessing me in my just whatever state I'm in, I feel like mildly depressed, really. And I just can't take medicine for it. It's just not going to happen. I can only do natural things. I've just heard and read way too many horror stories about people and their benzodiazepine, if that's how you say it, benzo addiction and all the stuff that goes with it. I just can't do that. So I'd rather just get myself through this time and do my best to be patient, do my best to be healthy. And, this too shall pass. Everything does. And hopefully I won't pass. I'm not ready to die. I just heard somebody say, like, when your karma is done for that life, then you no longer live. I study Vedic astrology, and there's a time at which, or I've heard another school of thought is like, there's only so many breaths that we have to take in this life. So by slowing your breath down, you're prolonging your life. And that's like one of the goals of meditation, is that slower breath, so that, we could have equanimity and peace inside ourselves. So I often find too that one of the upsides to feeling bad, or like basically how I'm feeling now, is that it always makes me turn toward God. It always makes me focus on what's important. I'm just like not caught up in all the frivolousness of life, or just this sort of like, what I want to say, the fringe of life, the outside, the external, and it just takes me back into myself, back into my heart, back into my connection with God, and that is what, that ultimately, that is what feels the most important. So I'm grateful for that, and I feel that, and I'm listening for it. So yeah, thank you. I can't forget my cute little kitty. Look at this cat. Is she the cutest or what? She's so my companion. She's my little chemo companion. She's my little snuggle companion. She really gets me through a lot. I love having this cat. She's my buddy. She's got a bad eye. See that eye? She's got a bad eye. She's so cute though, isn't she?